Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello guys, my name is Ikhsan Baihaqi from Dosen Matematika Education. In this video, I was challenged to dub this video with my voice. So, let's check out this video. "26% on the nation report card, that's the percentage of US 12th grade who are proficient in math. In America, we pride ourselves as being an exceptional country, but does 26% sound exceptional to you? Raise your hand if you think as a country we need to do way better than this. I'm with you. We all need math, but why are so many kids confused by it? Is it because only 26% of people are hardwired for math, while 70% are not? After working with thousands of kids, I can tell you this isn't the case at all. Kids don't understand math because we're teaching it as a dehumanized subject. But if we make math human again, it will start to make sense again. You're probably wondering, how was math ever human in the first place? So think about it. Math is a human language, just like English, Spanish, or Chinese, because it allows people to communicate with each other. Even in ancient times, people needed language of math to conduct trade, to build monuments, and to measure the lands of farming. This idea of math as a language isn't exactly new. A great philosopher once said, "The laws of nature are written in the language of the mathematics." So you see, even Galileo agrees with me. But somewhere along the line, we've taken this language of math, which is about the real world around us, and we've extracted beyond recognized, and that's why kids are confused. Let me show you what I mean. Read this third grade California math standard and see if it would make sense to an 8-year-old. Then a fraction 1 over b as a quantity formed by one part when a whole is partitioned into b equal parts. Understand the fraction a over b as the quantity formed by a parts of size 1 over b. And if you give this description to an 8-year-old, you'd probably get a reaction like this. To a math expert, this standard makes sense, but to a kid, it's absolute torture. I choose this example specifically because fractions are foundational to algebra, trigonometry, and even calculus. So if kids don't understand fraction in elementary and middle school, they have a tough road ahead of them in high school. But is there a way to make fractions simple and easy for kids to understand? Yes. Just remember that math is a language and use that to your advantage. For example, when I teach 5th graders how to add and subtract fractions, I start with the apples plus apples lesson. First I ask what 1 apple plus 1 apple, and the kids will often say 2, which is partially correct. If them include the word as well since math is language, so it's not just 2, it's 2 apples. Next is 3 pencils plus 2 pencils. You all know that pencils plus pencils give you pencils. So everyone, how many pencils? 5 pencils is right. And the key is you include the words. I tried this lesson with my 5-year-old niece once. After she added pencil and pencils, I asked her, what 4 billion plus 1 billion? And my aunt overheard this and she scolded me and said, "Are you crazy? She's in kindergarten. How is she supposed to be to 4 billion plus 1 billion? Undaunted, my niece finishes counting, looks up and says, 5 billion? And I said, that is right, it is 5 billion. My aunt just shook her head and looked because she didn't expect that from 5-year-old. All you have to do is take a language approach and math becomes intuitive and easy to understand. Then I asked her a question that kindergarten are definitely not supposed to know. What 1/3 plus 1/3? And immediately she asked me 2/3. So if you're wondering how could she possibly know that when she doesn't know what numerator and denominator yet, you see, she wasn't thinking about numerator and denominator. She took off the problem this way, and she used one apple plus one apple as her analogy to understand one third plus one third. So if even kindergarten can add fraction, you better believe that every fifth grader can do it as well. Just for fun, I asked her a high school algebra question. What 7x squared plus 2x squared? And this little 5-year-old girl correctly answered 9x squared. And she didn't need any exponent rules to figure that out. So when people say that we are either hardwired for math or not, it's not true. Math is a human language, so we all have the ability to understand it. We need to take a language approach to math urgently because too many kids are lost and are anxious about math, and it doesn't have to be that way. I work with angry, frustrated with high school student and one couldn't pass algebra because she only knew 44% of her multiplication facts. I told her, that's like trying to read and only know 44% of the alphabet. It's holding you back. She couldn't factor or solve equation and she had no confidence in math. As a result, this teenager had no confidence in herself. I told her we have to start with multiplication because once you know all your facts by heart, everything gets easier and it will be having a fast pass to every site in Disneyland. What do you think? And she said, okay. So she systematically learned her times tables in 4 weeks, and yes, even multiplication has a language embedded in it. You'd be surprised how many kids don't realize 7 times 3 can be spelled as 7 times 3, which just means 3 7 times, just like this. So when kids see it this way, they quickly realize that repeated addition is slow and inconvenient, so they gladly memorize that 3 7 times always give you 21. So for this teenager who was at risk of dropping out, becoming influent and confident in multiplication was a game changer, because for the first time, she could focus on problem solving instead of counting on her finger. I knew she had turned the corner when she figured out that 2-year Carlis at $445 a month would cost you $10,1680, and she looked at me disapprovingly and said, "Mr. Polisak, that's expensive." At that moment, math was no longer causing problem for her, but she was using math to solve problem as a responsible adult for. As an educator, it's my duty to challenge kids to reach higher, so I leave you with this challenge. Our country is stuck at 26th province, and I challenge you to push that number higher. This is important because mathematically thinking not only brings young mind, but our kids needed to imagine and build a future that doesn't yet exist. Meeting this challenge can be as simple as apples plus apples. Insist that we teach math as a human language and we will get there sooner rather than later. Thank you. Okay guys, thank you for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe our YouTube channel. And see ya!